and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
I dated somebody who, if I asked her, how are you? Great, was the only answer she ever gave me.
That's all I've ever said to people.
And it actually made it very difficult for me to get close to her because I knew that she was having bad days. I could tell when she was frustrated. And so when somebody puts on that brave face and always wants to be great for their partner, it's the most selfish thing you can do because you're denying them that awesome joy of being able to be there for you. Remember, as social animals, we want to take care of the people we love. And how dare you deny them the unbelievable honor of getting to sit in the mud with you? You know, it is a joy that human beings get to experience. And one of the things, if you can, by the way, the biology proves it, that one of the things that releases oxytocin, which is that feeling of love and connection and trust, is shared struggle.
No. It's a whole new slang out here. Ain't nobody trying to do struggle love. You understand what I'm saying, Andy? Isn't that's the thing, right? There are creators all over TikTok, all over YouTube, all over Instagram. We ain't doing struggle love. Don't you got to struggle to find God in you? Let me ask you a question. Is it easy to locate the divine within you? Because if it were, wouldn't the world be a better place? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. All of the ancient, mystic, spiritual, ancestral systems of the globe talk about going back to your first ancestor, which is God. God is in you. The source. Is that an easy process? You hear people talk about the dark night of the soul. You hear people talking about the difficult. You hear people going on the ayahuasca trips, right? And taking the toxin from poison frogs and going on these altered states of consciousness. Timothy Leary and his LSD experiments in the 70s, right? You hear it, right? You think it's easy? It's not easy. But relationship's supposed to be. And relationship is a mirror of the mess in you. You're listening to the voice of reason, the one and only Zoe Williams, live on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm feeling the energy tonight. The music is carrying me. The content is carrying me. Listen, I want us to love in a way that is totally unencumbered, right? I want us to experience freedom through love. First, the unconditional acceptance and love of self, and then the mirror reflection of that kind of love with another. I keep telling you, every creative expression we've ever had was born out of some type of struggle. Can you imagine transcending the struggle and experiencing what Krishnamurti talked about? I'm not choosing you to protect a wound. I'm not choosing you to satiate a wound's desire. I'm choosing you because you reflect the unabridged, unconditional love that I radiate from within. We didn't choose. It just organically came together. Woo. Have you ever had that kind of love? Without anxiety, without fear, without performance, without pantomime. I don't want to be with another damn intimate pantomime. Somebody with a white face on and the gloves. Pantomiming. Tonight's topic. I'm fine. Are you really? Let me get my first caller on the line. The voice of reason is on complete fire now. Do you feel the fire? Do you feel the passion in 2026? Do you see where I'm coming? Do you see what I'm... Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the author of tonight's topic, my niece, Attila from Houston, Texas. Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's chicanery? Yo, what up?
Well, this topic is very apropos. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't even know when I first wrote it was going to be so needed, but yes.
Yeah. This one of them ones. Yes.
Yes. I have questions.
Yes.
For you.
For me? Specifically?
Yes.
For me?
Yes. Yes.
Here we go. Always asking me questions. What in the world? Okay. Go ahead.
So my first question
Here we
is, when was the last time someone asked you how you were and genuinely meant it? How did you respond?
Okay. You want to play. Listen, man. I don't like when people ask me if I'm fine. Because a lot of times, if they ask me, you know, are you okay? How you doing? A lot of times, I don't want to burden people with what's burdening me.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, you know. So sometimes, you know, I don't give them the I'm fine, but I will give you the daddy, I'm cool. You know, I
know. You'd be like, I'm chilling.
I'm chilling.
I know.
But it's really the same as I'm fine. That's the beauty of these topics. I'm not above what I'm preaching tonight. It's me.
We in the same boat, Till. We are in the same boat. I'm curious though, do you think that when we assume or when we say like or think to ourselves, I probably don't want to hear all of this, would you say that's a form of projection?
Wait, are you on speakerphone or Bluetooth? Because we're getting a little feedback from you.
No.
Yeah, we're getting like some crazy feedback. I don't know. Or just call us right back because there is something technical going on. So just call us right back. She was cooking though. Tonight's topic. And let me just say, you know, the whole I'm fine piece for me personally, it has been a struggle. You know? But I tend to face what I'm struggling with. And slowly, incrementally, I know, especially for the people that are around me, I got a good core of people. I can share, you know, what's bothering me. And I think I do a pretty good job. I could do a better job. I would grade myself at a C+, because before, like in my 30s, I just wouldn't talk. You ask me if I was fine or how am I doing, and I'll be like, I'm cool, and I'll just keep it pushing. But as I've gotten older and started to realize that I had to tackle me, in order to be free, I had to tackle the hidden, ignored, disowned aspects of myself. And in my 40s, I hit a roadblock, a speed bump, so to speak, and it set me back a little bit. But in my mid to late 40s, I started to understand, like, nah, you got to open up, you got to share more. And I'm not talking about emotionally dumping on people and just telling them your problems, but being more transparent about the process that you're in. I started to, lean into that a little bit more. I realized you can't trust everybody, but at the same time, you can't be fearful of everyone either. And I noticed the people that don't trust nobody typically are afraid to open up and share anything about anything, even when it's crucial. And then I saw people who were losing loved ones, and the loved one that was slowly being lost needed to share. And even then, they didn't share the way they should have shared. You feel me? So I don't want to be that kind of person. I definitely want to share with those that are close to me. I definitely want to be more vulnerable and transparent and open with those that care about me, that are concerned. Listen, there's people here at KBLA that be concerned about your brother. Sister say, hey, I need to talk to you. I had a dream. Something's up. Something's going on with you. I had a dream. We need to sit down and talk. What? Yeah. Do you understand? I love that. And for the small amount of people, right, that are in my circle, I can be transparent. Maybe I could do better with my daughter. My daughter will ask questions, and I do kind of shrug her off a little bit sometimes. She be asking too. You know how daughters are. I'm not trying to justify. She's in the chat right now, acting crazy, going crazy in the chat. She said, girl, what? I thought I was locked in. I thought I had the inside bat phone. No, but I could share more with her. I be talking to her though. Now my sons, I don't really talk to them like that. They don't really ask me questions about who I am. My daughter does though. You are locked in, sweetheart. You are locked in. She said, I'm finna leave the chat. No, but my daughter gets all of the backstories. How I was raised, what I was doing as a child. You know what I'm saying? She could, to be honest, she could write a book about who her father is. And I think her perspective would be more accurate than my son's. I think my sons have an aspect of who I am. Oh, for sure. My sons are like this. They're more like utility. Dad is a utility. Say, man, don't we got a doctor in the family? Yeah. I need a doctor's note or I'm going to get fired. Okay, let me make a phone call. Like, those are my sons. Hey, man, we got an entertainment lawyer. The sons are more like, Dad, let's build a plan. Now, I will say my oldest son, New, who's a pro ball player, he's been mad at me because he don't think I listen to him when it comes to social media. He like, you old. You're an old man now. I need you to get on TikTok. Then I need you to do a preview video. And then put the preview video on TikTok. And, oh, I notice you haven't done it. You're not listening to me. Like, he's trying to direct me like I directed him as a child. But I'm giving you this backstory because our relationship is different than with my daughter. You know, my daughter, she knows the evolution of who I am. And I saw people I used to be with who they didn't have that with their dad. And I was like, nah, my daughter got to know me. She got to know how I evolved to even become, you know what I'm saying? How I evolved to become this guy, this person, this iteration of me. And I would say she has the inside insight on all of that. I think she knows me better than my brothers and sisters. Like they know, they see Zoe as the little kid, their younger brother, still. Whereas my daughter knows how I evolved from that state into this person that I am today. So, even if I told her I was fine, she would probably know that I'm not. You know, daughters have that on us. Any fathers out there with the baby girl that just tap in? She said, shed a tear for me. Man, listen, I'm going to get Attila back on the other side. We got Nazarene X from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to talk to y'all. Hey, the voice of reason. You already know what it is. I make you think about it all. Let's get it.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at WalkGoodLA. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to partner with the Empowerment Congress once again for their 34th annual summit. The summit's theme is From Vision to Action, a forum to unlock participatory democracy, and will feature a nonpartisan gubernatorial candidate forum focused on issues of importance to the African American community. The summit is the signature public policy-oriented observance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy during the national 3-day holiday weekend that celebrates his life. This year's summit will be held on Saturday, January 17th, 2026 at the California Science Center in Exposition Park from 9 to 11 a.m. Admission is free, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. All major announced candidates for California governor for the Democratic and Republican Party nominations have been invited to participate in the candidate forum, which will be moderated by Tavis Smiley. An all-star panel of journalists will pose questions to the candidates, and the forum will be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580. This is going to be a big year for local, state, and national politics. The political pulse of 2026 beats on KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wait. We're going to start this from the top. Don't tell me you literally played the theme song for I'm Fine. You got to say it deadpan, though. I'm fine.
Crazy is some of y'all don't even see the parallel of it all. It's how you treat your partners. You jump into relationships. You put those people on a pedestal the same way you do these influencers. Then the mask slips because we're all human. We can't perform out here forever. The second they don't perform in the way that your contract that you typed up for them, they're cut. And all of us were only trying to get y'all to see it. It proved how quickly y'all's love is conditional. And let me name something, okay? The portal is opening because we're gonna have this conversation. You know, I have a lot of people that are asking me, oh, are you for Black people? Are you for women? Are you for men? I'm for people. If your dog has a phone and is watching me, I'm for them too, okay? It doesn't matter. You keep trying to put me in a box. Why does it matter? I accept you. There's space for you. Is that enough? I revealed to you how quickly your nervous system can get hijacked. Every time I tell y'all that this is a portal, you have to believe me. You cannot identify me to my page on the internet. You cannot do it. You won't catch me fawning. The little girl in me that had to do that her whole life for survival is not about to do this on camera and model that for people. I would be a hypocrite. I would be a hypocrite. I can't teach him.
Who is this? Hey, it's Sav. Won't catch me fawning. cherish the day. I ain't mad at her. I love what she was saying. She was on complete fire. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason wants to know if you're fine. Even though something's wrong. Are you okay? How are you? Why is that such a difficult question to field? How are you really? How's your heart? How's your spirit? How are you? Attila from Houston, Texas. She's going to make it make sense. She's got questions.
Okay. Yes, I do. So I don't know if you heard my first question, but do you want me to re-ask it?
No, I answered your first question.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. I'm going to move on to my next one. So how did ignoring the fact that you were not fine at whatever given time set you up for an eventual tower moment?
Wait, what?
How did ignoring the fact that you were not fine set you up for an eventual tower moment?
Oh, you talking tarot cards now. The tower moment.
Yeah, kind of.
Woo, yeah. I hear you. That tower moment.
Tower moment, whatever you want to call it. Relationship obsolescence, whatever you want to call it.
No, the tower is when it all comes crumbling down. That's the tower moment. Yeah, and a lot of times we think we can bypass, right? Things that are uncomfortable, things that are difficult within us, right? The difficulty outside of us, especially in a relational dynamic, a dyadic dynamic, is really just showing what we're trying to bypass internally. That's why you have the shadow. We're pushing it into that, right? But the tower is saying, guess what? You think this space is infinite and you can just keep pushing stuff in, but life is designed to present a moment where it all comes crumbling down and you're forced to face it. Right? You could be with a person and you could be performing fine. Oh, we're good. And then that moment comes and it all snaps. That's when you hear that phrase, the straw that broke the camel's back. This is speaking of capacity. Nah, it's not infinite. Stay there. Don't go nowhere. When we come forward, we're going to go back to Houston and get the rest of Attila's question.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Legal experts say states may have the authority to block President Trump from appearing on the ballot for a third term.
It's pretty straightforward, actually. 22nd Amendment disqualifies somebody who's been elected to the presidency twice before.
University of California College of the Law San Francisco professor Matt Cole says states control ballot access. Trump has repeatedly hinted at a third term, with Trump 2028 merchandise already circulating. Former New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who is black, is facing new controversy. A cryptocurrency he promoted claiming it would fight anti-Semitism briefly surged, then crashed, with investors calling it a rug pull, while the company says it was a liquidity rebalance. And Washington, D.C. Councilmember Janice Lewis-George, who is black, has launched her campaign for mayor, kicking it off at the Howard Theater. She pledged to make D.C. more affordable and protect residents. Her announcement came the same day former D.C. Councilmember Kenya McDuffie also entered the race. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready? Drop it! Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Still battling a thirsty lawn that guzzles water and drains your wallet? Let LADWP turn that patch of grass into a gorgeous, drought-smart garden for free. We're talking a full California-friendly landscape makeover designed and installed by pros at no cost to you. That's right, LADWP does the work, you get the upgrade. Ready to transform your yard and save big? Visit ladwp.com/leap. That's ladwp.com/LEAP.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Join Ignited Light at the 10th Annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service, Saturday, January 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Holman United Methodist Church, 3320 West Adams Boulevard, west of Arlington. This service for humanity brings together community providers offering free food and clothing, medical screenings, legal, dental, academic, and career services, plus vaccinations, flu shots, HIV and STD testing, and blood pressure checks. All are welcome. That's January 17th at Holman United Methodist Church. For more information, go to adayon.org. That's adayon.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Dominique DePrima from the show First Things First, weekday mornings from 6 to 9. Join me tomorrow with reparations activist Arthur Watkins of Freedmen Nation. Plus, disco-delic soul band Say She live in the studio. And of course, we'll have headlines, hot topics, and your phone calls. It's only on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Responsibility implies care,
yes,
affection,
yes,
a sense of communication with other person.
yes,
Not doing something because you're obliged to do, or disciplined to do, or told to do, but be responsible. If I undertake to build a house, I'm responsible for building a house.
yes.
If I'm responsible for my children, I will be responsible completely, not only till they pass out of my house, but I would see that they live properly, brought up, no killing, no...
Yes, there would be no limits to
no
that.
limits
Yes,
to responsibility.
Yes, I mean, one connects perhaps duty with very definite things
Yes,
which have to be done. But on the other hand, if you take something like a duty to tell the truth, that's something so fundamental.
No,
that
but
really...
telling the truth is part of my responsibility. I wouldn't be dishonest to myself.
Yes, well, don't let's worry then about the word duty, but this is a case where one's dealing with an aspect of human life which is which belongs to the continuity of life.
Continuity of life.
Would you say that just by that being so, that it is an everyday notion which is part of the decent moral continuity of a society's life, would you regard it as being essentially different from what we were talking about this morning, from the real thing and from love?
Yes, I would consider different.
But I don't see quite where the...
I love that particular discussion with Jay. But let me just... He said something that reminds me of Carl Rogers, if you're studying psychology. Carl Rogers had a concept called unconditional positive regard. The reason why you got to say you're fine, right, is because you don't have the capacity to deal with difficult moments or hard moments. Maybe there's fear, maybe, fear of abandonment. Maybe there's some attachment stuff going on. It's a lot. There's layers to it, right? Okay, cool. But unconditional positive regard. I'm going to ask a question about communication because that piece came up in several of the clips. Do you communicate with affection, even in difficult times? I would argue that we are conditioned, even in intimate relationships, to communicate with competition, one-upsmanship, like a competitive and combative nature, especially if we're unhealed. When Krishnaji is talking about communicating with affection, that's heavy. Especially, can you communicate through the affection you have for another person while being disappointed, dismayed, upset, let down by them, dissatisfied? That's another level of intimacy. To communicate intimately with affection, with care. That's heavy, man. Krishnamurti, man, my favorite. Let me get Atala back in here so she can give me the rest of these questions. Heavy topic tonight, and then we're going to move on to our next caller. Atala, your question?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the tone. Answer my question,
No, I don't have to know. My bad.
Ah, your tech is messed up, hon. Your phone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing some type of feedback. Just call me right back. We'll get you in. You got time. We'll call you. Just call me right back. Let's get to the next caller real quick. Let's get him in here. Nazarene X, ATL. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, sir?
Bruh, I ain't got no thoughts. I heard my uncle on the phone getting asked how he doing. I just dropped off these Uber folk. I'm like, let me go ahead and call Aunt right quick.
Okay.
See what's happening.
Are you?
But as it's been building. What's
No,
up,
go
Aunt?
ahead. No, go ahead. Finish, brother.
You sure, man? Ain't no thing?
No, I was just going to ask you, what were your thoughts on what we were doing? Have you been following the topic? Are you tapped in?
No question. As much as I could, just catch the flow a little bit late. Like I heard Atala's call, and basically as soon as she got into asking you that first question, after I heard your answer, I dialed in.
He said, hold on, let me dial in. I got you.
He did, yeah, go ahead and get to it. But
did we lose him?
question, not necessarily to you, but it's like in considering answering a question such as how are you, I was wondering, should we first quote unquote qualify our next expression with the word currently and then like fill in the blank from there as a sense of mindfulness, or would that still be like a way to circumvent shame? You know what I mean? Because I could see that whole, especially what you were speaking to in your answer that I caught was like an element of feeling like you don't want to so-called burden, especially like a loved one, with something that's even more detailed.
Oh yeah, I
You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, but here's the thing: sometimes conveying our truth is uncomfortable when we're not used to speaking our truth. So
No
conveying our truth to others sometimes can be, we can have somewhat of an impediment to doing that when we're not used to speaking our truths to ourselves, accepting our truth, embracing our truth. And once we get right with self, then typically it's pretty, not easy, but it's easier, I should say. I think it's all a process continuously.
But don't that speak to the level of intimacy or rapport that you have with whomever you're communicating that with that time? Because I don't know if it's just me speaking to my so-called projection of guard, but it's like the whole thing with Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. that I got from the, the code in that sense is just like, how you doing? I'm still learning.
I'm still
what's
learning.
What you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just like. Yeah,
but just understand that rapport piece is big. I don't believe you can have a solid, powerful rapport with someone else until you have one with self. I think we think the answer is in the other person. It's not.
What makes you think that in that sense?
I just think trying to cultivate rapport with someone, like you have no experience. How about that? You don't have, you see what I'm saying? If you don't have rapport with self, how can you have rapport with someone else?
That's the piece, though, ain't it? Like, you're not necessarily outwardly trying to build rapport with someone else that's, you know what I'm saying, just on that side of the field at the time. You know what I mean? When you're opening yourself to cultivating a relationship, you know, it's a natural progress or a natural progression. You're not necessarily as, like, Heisman with it, like, yeah, mind your black-owned business. Like, why you asking me?
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
I hear you, but I think we got to differentiate between connection and bond. I think a connection is a touch point. And even the insecurely, you know, minded person or the insecurely conditioned person knows how to create a connection. But I think bonds scare them, right?
That's that business talking.
Yeah, but you know, even though you hear stuff like trauma bond, right? Again, these are deeply ingrained patterns for a lot of people, right? So they like a certain type of person. But in terms of having a deep, healthy, loving connection with someone, like, again, that bond is so real and so authentic. Many people are afraid to go that deep in connection. They like touch point connections, right? You know, like superficial, keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Most people like that. And in those types of relationships, you're going to get those moments where I'm fine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it do. I don't even buy it at that point, though. Like, in just imagining it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if it's just about your own personal walk, but I think the whole of what you're speaking to being true as well, it just reiterates how the real is rare in that sense. It's sad but true.
I
like, in that sense, those that are, you know what I mean, actually be willing to, even in touch point conversations or what have you, like, you remain authentic, so you're not overstepping any boundaries or pressing somebody out or even ashamed to just remain true to yourself and express how it is from there. But as long as you open, if you searching for something surface level, like, you're going to get that. Not everybody's going to oblige. Like, that's one thing I've come across, too. I've been looking a bit more, disciplined and hard on myself in that same breath. Because, like, you get opportunities to be in a personal space more so. Like, I've heard the word casual thrown out a whole lot in these so-called dating streets or what have you. And that's one thing for me to just, I guess, is my own definition. Like, if I'm not just trying to bust down like that, that's not what type of time I'm on. I value friendship. I value the substance in it. So everything that's so-called casual, like, then yeah, it comes with a stiff arm that's, I believe, is rightly so. But it don't mean that expressing gratitude, because that's typically my answer in the public realm, would be like, you know, how you doing? Like, I'm first and foremost, day by day, truly, I'm gonna remain as grateful as possible. And we can get into more depth, like, you know what I'm saying, like with my sisters or I imagine like having a daughter or what have you. And that's another thing, man. You ain't gonna do the bros like that. Like, if you ain't listening to bros, like,
hey, man, I listen to my sons. Don't get it twisted, man. I love them boys.
I know.
Don't do me. Don't do me.
I'm just saying, Pop, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, if they want to talk, I'm going to talk to them, man. Listen, man, I'm that ear they can always call. But, hey, man, guess what you just did? I appreciate this call. It was really good.
Hey, Salam Alama Ding Dong. Likewise, good
ATL.
Day, man. Love everybody. What's happening? Shout out Sid. Shout out H-Town. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I love it. When we come forward, we going to land the plane. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Whereas in the West, in the Jewish, Christian, and Islamic religions, we have thought of God not only as a monarch, but as the maker of the world. And as a result of that, we look upon the world as an artifact, a sort of machine created by a great engineer. There's a different conception in India, where the world is not seen as an artifact, but as a drama. And therefore, God is not the maker and architect of the universe, but the actor of it, and therefore is playing all the parts at once. And this connects up with the idea of each one of us as persons, because a person is a mask, from the Latin word persona.
Ooh, Alan Watts, a person is a mask. Oh, my goodness. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me get my niece back in here. She got that one question she want to ask me. Let's get it done.
one last question.
All right, let's go.
So, do you believe, are we more afraid that our honesty will not be received, or that admitting the truth of our now will make it real?
So let me just double back real quick. When I was younger, I used to ignore all of the red flags. I used to ignore everything. I would think all the stuff will go away. But those tower moments in life can be very painful and problematic. And pain is like the final boss of teachers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not listening to the signs. The signs are the sweet and nice teachers. But pain is the final boss. Like, oh, okay, you ignored the sign. All right, cool. I'm going to show you what that looked like. But as I got older, I started to recognize I don't need pain as a teacher. Right? The signs, right, are important. And sometimes people come into your life and they're a whole sign, right? And they're trying to show you something, trying to point you in a direction. But only you can walk the walk and only you can take the responsibility. Now, for your second question, ask it one more time.
So I said, are we more afraid that our honesty will not be received, or that admitting the truth of our now will make it real?
Listen, there's nothing realer than the truth. See, we get caught up in the words. Truth is God. Love is God. Now, there's three different words: God, love, and truth. We think they're three different things, but they're not. They're the same thing. And listen, when you align with all of that, especially coming from a lower level of consciousness, that's frightening. That's why many people are running from self, because self is actually God too. This is what Alan Watts just said in that clip. Like, God is playing all of the parts. God is everything. It's one source, right? And there is no demarcation where God ends and you begin and vice versa. Do you see? So people are afraid of the truth because not only does it make you responsible, right, accountable, right, you start to see, oh, I have the power of co-creation. Now, that's really hard to accept, right? I co-created this mess I don't want no more. Do you see that? Like, oh gosh, I'm responsible partly for this. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like that.
Oh, yeah. So you're saying the latter then. We're more afraid that when we admit the truth of what's going on with us, that it makes it real, tangible.
That's why blame exists.
Yep.
Do you see? Hey, niece, we got to go, but I love you. And I appreciate your questions, baby girl. What did you do?
Love you, Aunt. Yeah. Right, Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas. Listen, you ain't got to agree with me, but just think with me. Next week, you already know, a whole new slew of slappers. I love y'all. Think on it.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Thousands of nurses in New York City remain on strike for a fourth day, demanding higher pay, better benefits, and improved working conditions.